Reseeding college playoff teams. Where does Georgia rank?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, your team every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the number one sports network of podcasts in existence, which makes this your number one place for Georgia news and storylines each and every day of the week. He is Clint. I am Daniel. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel, where you can make every moment more over at FanDuel.com. Clint, you mentioned it. We're going to reseed the college football playoff. We're going to do it based on what? This is the first question. It's an important question when you are going to put out a list like this, or you're going to do something like this. We're going to go 1 through 12 in the college football playoff. We're going to reseed the teams. Now, let me ask you very clearly so that everyone can hear. Are we going to do this based on the team's resume and where they should be seated? Or are we going to do this based on how good we perceive that football team is right now? Because there is a difference.
Sure. Can I just say, Mike Tyson, when he was boxing.
Okay.
You look at this man and you're like, that's a bad man.
Yep.
He then went into the ring and he then decimated everybody.
Yep.
Okay. So he looked real like a bad man, and then he backed it up by putting people to canvas.
Yep.
I'm going to say hardest draw in college football playoffs right now. What team do you not want to face?
Do you not want to play?
Number one.
That's what you're saying. So we are doing
happy to draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Down at 12.
Thank you. This is important.
It is.
Because we're going to start at 1. Okay. And we're going to work our way down.
The team that no one wants to face, that you don't want to see in your bracket, get them off the schedule.
And who you put here will indicate how you're doing this list. Correct. Because listen to me. You could tell me whatever you want about conference strength and who they played and all of this nonsense.
Sure.
A 13-0 team fully deserves to be the number one overall seed as opposed to a 12-1 team. That's what they deserve based on what they have done. But so that's not how we're doing this list.
Are you mad Georgia's not won SEC champion? Nope.
No.
I'm not, because a undefeated team ought to be number one. Period.
An undefeated team that does have wins over 2 other college football playoff teams. It's not like they don't have any wins on the resume. They have a win on the road against a college football playoff team and a win on a neutral site against a college football playoff team. Yeah. So they deserve to be ranked number 1. Now, that's not how we're doing our list, though.
Let me just jump ahead of this.
That's why I ask, because who you put at number 1 will indicate how you're going to do your list. And I will tell you unequivocally, Clint, if you are across college football, I do not care who you are, especially if you are Alabama. You do not want to see Georgia on the bracket across from you. This Georgia football team, Clint, is a wagon right now. They are rolling because of everything that we've said for the last several weeks. They are figuring it out. They are getting better. And you're starting to hear people realize that your analytical numbers nerds who are like, well, Georgia's average yards per play allowed is only 28th in college football. Well, that encompasses the entire season, but let's look at Georgia's defense over the last several weeks. Let's look at where Georgia's defense is right now, because I would argue that Georgia has the number 1 defense in all of college football right now.
Yep.
But you're never going to find that in a number. You're never going to find that in a metric.
No,
because
nothing
Georgia
that's gonna
started
indicate that.
here in the gutter, and they have just worked their way right up here.
If you I just go to coaches, this is why actually the coaches poll is seemingly like it's an okay metric. It's not the best metric.
If coaches actually voted in it and not staffers, then it would be a great metric. Yes, if it wasn't interns.
That gave it, correct.
Yeah.
Because if you somehow got Kirby to care about that, which he doesn't. Okay. So if you were sitting around the fire pit at night and you said,
yeah,
and just between Kirby and you, and he knows that it's never going to go outside of you and he talking. He said, Kirby, who are the 4 teams you don't want to play in the playoffs? And he gets past the I don't want to play us. I don't care who, okay, good. Yeah. He would give you, and this is where it comes into, you talk to these coaches, if you were to ask them, truth serum injected, no one wants to play Georgia right now because they're coaches and they're football players, and they know they are doing things currently. Georgia is doing things currently, offensively, defensively, in the trenches. Every metric on which you try to ascribe as a team yourself. Alabama is trying desperately to run the rock. They can't. They look at Georgia and they can. Alabama's trying desperately to stop the run. They can. We know definitively because we just faced it. You go up and down the list of what
Alabama's trying to have explosive wide receivers who have the ability to make big plays. Oopsies.
I'll tell you what.
Georgia can.
I'll tell you what. He looks really good tap dancing out of bounds. I'm telling you, Ryan Williams looks smooth. He looks Jackson-esque, doing a little sidestep out of bounds. It's really impressive what he's able to do.
Nobody avoids contact better than Ryan Williams. Often he avoids contact by just batting the ball to the ground.
With the football. He does contact it, I suppose.
Yeah, nobody hits you if you don't ever catch the football. So Georgia's the number 1 team on
number 1.
Clint. They're the team that you most do not want to play, that would be least want to play.
You got there.
I got there, people.
I know.
This is my profession. They're the team that you least want to play in this bracket. And you mentioned it, offense, defense, and then the number 1 special teams team in the country. They got a kicker that is absolutely nails. And then they got the best punter in the nation.
If you haven't played, do you know how demoralizing it is when your defense shuts down a humming offense and you are feeling so
you finally get them 3rd down and you get a stop.
Guys, we got to stop. And then you watch this dang thing get bombed.
65 yards. Yeah.
And you go,
hang on. Why are we all the way back here?
We got to go 90?
Not only that, but if Kirby gets past the 40 these days and it's 4th and short,
let's roll.
That 3rd down stop ain't going to mean anything because he going. Nobody has converted more 4th downs than Kirby Smart in the last little stretch here. It's absolutely for real. Georgia is the team that you do not want to play in this college football playoff bracket. We're going to rank the other 11 teams coming up right after these.
But these are, in fact, Aura Frames. Holidays officially here. Gift hunting seasons on Aura Frames is that gift that delivers every single time. It's not just something you wrap. It's a way to share memories. Or isn't your average picture frame. You can preload the frame with photos, gifting beforehand. Boom. Instant smiles. Grandparents, this is their gift. Don't do other things.
Do this.
Get them this. You're fine. You're golden. You don't need to do anything else. Get over to Aura Frames right now. Perfect gift giving. $35 off best-selling Carver matte frames. Number 1 by Wirecutter. Use promo code COLLEGE at checkout. That's AURAFrames.com. Promo code COLLEGE. This deal is exclusive to listeners right here. Frames sell out fast, so order it now. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Locked On Bulldogs. Terms and conditions apply. We gave you the number 1 bad team in the nation, the team that you don't want to see getting in the ring with you, and that is Georgia. Nobody wants to go out to deep waters with them. No. As Kirby has trained and perfected this team to be. And again, this just in CJ Allen, a All-American inside linebacker.
I'm sorry. You're not saying anything new to me. You're not breaking news to me, Clint. What you're saying is that other people have come around to reality. Is that what you're saying?
Notably, Daniel and I missed the boat preseason on this one.
Yeah.
CJ Allen has turned into the next great inside linebacker at Georgia.
Correct.
And he is just continuing that. So let's go
Well,
down
now
the
for
list.
the rest of this list, Clint, what we're doing is effectively Georgia's the number one team you don't want to see in this bracket. Georgia's not going to see Georgia in this bracket.
So who do we?
So now who do you, Clint, not want to see in this bracket? Who is next on your list?
I think for me, matchup wise, a lot of similarities. I don't know if Georgia fan wants to hear this. Indiana fan, I'm
flattered.
Encouraging.
Be flattered.
I'm giving you a compliment because I don't want to play Indiana only because they play a very similar style. Cignetti is very concerned with not giving the ball over. He's concerned about the trenches. He tackles insanely well. That team is a whole unit tackling. Very impressed with them running the ball. They're good. And then, this just in Surratt is incredible as well. So Daniel, Indiana's number 2 for me. I don't want to play them at all. And Mendoza did win the Heisman. I get it. I understand. It wasn't the most impressive thing, but that dude, I saw a couple of throws against Ohio State in which he was in the pocket deep into the 6-second mark of standing back there. Ohio State not getting to him, starts coming, and he lets loose an absolute dart down the middle of the field and drops it in the bucket. I don't want to play Indiana. They're my number 2 most threatening team.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll tell you about Indiana. They average 39 points a game. That's 5th in the nation. Their offense is good. But if you're a Georgia fan and you haven't watched a lot of Indiana football this year, you might think that their offense is what's carrying the day for them. Mendoza just won the Heisman. That is, in fact, not true.
Nope, not it.
It's the Indiana defense that is carrying the day. Clint, they held Oregon at home to 15.5 points below their season scoring average. At home, 15 over 2 touchdowns less against Indiana than they average. Oregon's as a top 10 scoring offense in the country. Indiana held them at home to 20 points, really suffocated the offense the entire game. They couldn't get anything done. In the Big Ten championship game, they held Ohio State down. Ohio State looked inept, completely and totally inept offensively against Indiana in the teens in a championship game. It's this Indiana defense, and that's why you say they are built a lot like Georgia. You do not want to play this Indiana team. Now, if I'm going to go to the next spot on the list, I've made this clear. I
think we're in agreement on this, but this is a Locked On Bulldogs unified vote.
Yeah. I am putting Texas Tech next. And I'm putting them, I'll just spoil the next one. I'm putting them just ahead of Oregon. I think Texas Tech and Oregon are the next 2 teams that you do not want to face in this bracket. We talked about this days after the bracket was announced. That's why I don't buy I think that side of the bracket is a heavy, that's a heavy side over there. With Texas Tech and Oregon and Indiana, those are the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th best teams in the playoff.
That's right.
I think all on that side of the bracket. And so I don't think you want to play Texas Tech. I get the Big 12. They're fraudulent. Big 12 hasn't done anything all year. I'm just here to tell you, talent wins football game. How do you think Kirby Smart's won all these games, guys? He's a great coach. Yes. How do you think he's won all these games? Just ask him if you want to know.
He will tell you.
He will tell you it's because we have better players than the other teams do. We make fun of this transfer portal, buy a team. Ole Miss tried to do it last year. It didn't work out for them. Texas Tech tried to do it this year. Guess what? It did work out for Texas Tech. Texas Tech has a defensive front that is as good as any college football team in America and better than Georgia's. Full stop. Texas Tech's defensive front is better than Georgia's. If Georgia's going to try to run the ball against any team in this bracket, I would say they're going to have the least success against Texas Tech.
And if you watch Texas Tech, how they're built, they are strong up the middle. They got boss hogs. They're not Jordan Davis. I get it, but they're more like him than not like him in the middle of that defense, and linebackers that fly around, athletic as all get out, speed for days. I completely agree. You don't want to face them. And then you already said it. It's Oregon. Now, Ohio State fan, don't be pissed because you're not good.
No, don't be pissed. Be pissed when we name the next team.
Oh, no.
Okay. But it's Oregon right now.
It's Oregon. Sure. And here's why it's Oregon. We listed some of them. I'm going to call them Texas Tech light. And that's not a slight to you, Oregon. Texas Tech is doing some dang good things. But I think explosively on defense, they do have some explosive playmakers on defense. Oregon legitimately has an absolute offensive advantage at the tight end position. Holy jeez. That is a man amongst boys. Offensively, pass game. They know how to be balanced. Dan Lanning gets them ready. Balanced attack. It is not the Oregon spread and power run at Chip Kelly before. They can line up. They could try to beat you. They're not going to be as good, but they have a balanced running game, a good passing attack, an athletic quarterback, playmakers at skill positions, and then a defense who can make plays, probably not as stout against the run as they would like, which is ultimately going to be their downfall.
Not as much as Dan Lanning would like, I'll tell you that.
I think it's going to be their biggest downfall in this college football playoff is their inability to get off the field and not bleed the clock. But Oregon is next.
I'm going to tell you that Oregon-Texas Tech game that we're going to get in round 2 is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to watch
100%. So we've listed 4, Daniel.
Yeah, the next
Ohio
team
State, not listed so far.
Next team on my list is also not Ohio State. And you could dispute with me if you want about this. You may disagree with me here, but I'm going to make my case.
Right.
I think the 5th best team in this bracket is Ole Miss. I think the team you would like to see the least after Oregon is now hold Ole Miss.
You said 2 different things right there.
I didn't.
You did.
To me, they're the same.
No, they're not the same. They're not the same. No. I don't think Ole Miss is the 5th best team. I actually think right now they are a dangerous team.
I think they're the 5th best team. I mean, you're talking about a team that's 11-1. Their only loss is on the road to the best team in college football, and they were winning the game in the 4th quarter. If you want to talk about they got as close as you can get to being the number 1 overall seed in this bracket, Ole Miss did it. This Ole Miss team with Trinidad Chambliss and the skill players on offense that they have, they are a problem in this college football playoff. And so, yes, is it a mystery what's going to be with Lane Kiffin? Without Lane Kiffin, what's it going to look like? What's the offensive staff going to be like? How much time are they really devoting to this team versus recruiting for LSU? It can't be that great. But if you just look at the team and look at what they did during the regular season, Clint, this Ole Miss team is one of the best teams in college football, period.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Period. There are holes. The defense is not elite.
No, they're not.
But there are holes in all of these teams, including Georgia. And so I think when you stack up everything that they've done and you put them next to, now again, you could dispute me about Ohio State, but I think you put them next to Texas A&M. I think you put them next to Miami. I think you put them next to some of these other teams. I'm just here to tell you, I'd rather play any of those teams than Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is a dangerous football team. I think there's an argument to be made. They might be the 2nd best team in the country.
I don't doubt what your skill is there. The defense is the biggest liability for me. But if you're going to go ahead and put 38 points up on anybody,
and they on anybody.
And you just need a couple of timely stops. That's all you need from Ole Miss.
Or a turnover.
And all of a sudden, boom, Bob's your uncle and you're winning the dang game. Those are the next teams on the list. We haven't listed Alabama.
Oh, gosh, no. Check back at the end of the 3rd segment.
No, I want to. Oh, by the way, Alabama fan.
Oh, hi. Let's chat.
It's depressing you're here. I just want to let you know it's depressing you're here. I'm not listening to a single Alabama podcast. But you're here.
But here you are, and that's okay. We like you.
We like you.
We
you.
want you.
We're going to come back and we're going to give you the rest of the list of the most dangerous teams in the playoff bracket. But first, these. Daniel, these are in fact FanDuel. FanDuel's fantastic. Yeah. Daniel, I love them so very much because college football is still going on.
Bowl season is the most wonderful time of the year, Clint.
It's the most wonderful time. Can you put a Cheez-It in a bowl?
You can do it, and I have and will.
It's a bowl. Can you put a Pop-Tart in a bowl?
Yeah, you can do it.
It's a bowl. You can't put Boca Raton into a bowl.
No, you can't.
It is in fact
a
bowl.
Don't like it.
Bowl season is here. FanDuel, you can place bets into live action. Every drive, every moment swing, every highlight is going live. Spreads and money line instantly. Player props keep heating up. And when that receiver gets hot or the defense tightens up, boom, get in the action right now. So if you want to get in the middle of the action all season long, visit FanDuel.com. Place your live bet. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you.
All right, so far reseeding the playoff, we've got Georgia 1, Indiana 2, Texas Tech 3, Oregon 4, and I snuck Ole Miss in there at 5. Now we go to Ohio State next at 6.
Okay, Ohio State's at 6 for you. And this comes down for me, Daniel. Ohio State is a fundamental team. You got
It's a good football team. Ohio
State's
a good football team. There's no...
Yeah. I'm not trying to say they're bad. I'm just not. I'm saying you're not elite. You can now. Here's the deal: you can win with a good team in the college football playoff. You can win with timely. Their timeliness is going to be explosive plays at the wide receiver position, which can go at any time. Like they can go. So Ole Miss can get a turnover, could get a stop, and all of a sudden their offense is humming along. They're getting 12, 15-yard chunk plays, and you can't stop them, and it feels like a nightmare. Yeah, Ohio State comes along, and the lackadaisical quarterback. I mean, I'm trying to be, please stop. I know that he was invited to some things and I know, but I would rather face a plethora of other quarterbacks. I mean, saying I would rather have him than a plethora of other quarterbacks. He doesn't scare me as much as them, but his wide receivers do because they can pop off at any moment and they have just enough defense. And Caleb Downs is likely the best defensive player in the entire nation. So he's always a moment away from changing the game, tackling, interception, defensively getting them lined up. And so star power, top 3 guys, a couple wide receivers and Caleb Downs really pushes that team. And then they're fundamental. They're good. So
the Ohio State formula is be really good on defense, limit your opponent to less than 20 points, which they've basically done every game this year. They haven't played anybody, but they've done it in every game this year. And then Grayson Lambert, Julian Sayin will just sort of work his way down the field.
Matriculation.
And, he'll complete a lot of passes. I will say that about him.
Yes. Yes, he will.
Again, Grayson Lambert is...
There's a record with his name next to it, everybody.
And Julian Sayin's coming for it. He wants everyone to know that he is coming
21 of 22 for 110.
I think this is where the bracket gets really interesting, Clint. Now, there's a lot of people that would have Ohio State, obviously, ahead of Ole Miss, and they'd put Ole Miss in this group of teams. So I get that. I've got them a little bit higher. Where are you going to go next after Ohio State? Of the teams that are left, you got Alabama, you got Oklahoma, you got Texas A&M, you got Miami, and then you got Tulane, JMU.
Okay, so this is where it comes interesting. And I'm showing this over on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, go to the audio. If you're on audio, go to the YouTube. And while we're at this, just really quick, Daniel.
Everybody, locked on Bulldogs.supercast.com.
Go there, sign up to become an everydayer. Everydayer access gets Daniel and I text messaging during games, after games, before games, news,
that's the all access
information. Yep. It's the all access, $15 a month, $150 a year. Ad-free episodes, as well as a newsletter, as well as special content that we give out. And if not, then $5 a month gets you ad-free podcasts and everywhere that you get to download podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, wherever it is, lockedonbulldogs.supercast.com. Okay. So
you digress.
I digress. If I'm looking at this,
where are you going to go next?
We talked about how, people are saying that there's one half of the bracket that's really heavy, and man, we're in that heavy-sided.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this right now. Alabama, Oklahoma. I have bad news for you guys.
Oh, no.
You're closer to Tulane than you are the other teams we've already listed.
I'm tempted. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay. All right.
I'm tempted. So we're looking at Texas Tech, Miami as the next two teams. I think we agree on that.
Texas A&M and Miami.
Texas A&M, Miami are not only the next team, but the next two teams. The question is, who do you have ahead of who? And I think I know.
Do you?
I do think I know.
Miami's better than A&M. They're a more dangerous team. I don't want to play Miami. Two on field, if you're saying who would you rather face, A&M or Miami? I'm like, oh, give me A&M all day long. I think they have a hot and cold defense, and when they're humming, they're pretty dang good. That pass rush, that defensive line is
they got
pretty
a pass
dang
rush.
Good. Ooh, man, they can get after it. Offensively, oh no, if that thing is out of whack and mistimed, it's not. It's Oklahoma level bad if it's not timed right, if it's not working in sync.
Can I make a statement about Marcel Reed?
Yeah,
that will indicate to you everything that I think you need to know about how I feel about Marcel Reed. In this game, the Texas A&M Miami game, Marcel Reed is not the best quarterback.
Nope.
That's how I feel about Marcel Reed.
And because we know the opposite side, how we feel about that. Miami has a very, very elite defense that has tapered off as of late, but they can reclaim that.
Specifically defensive front.
Specifically. And they have a wide receiver that I would like to say is nearly as dangerous as any other wide receiver in the nation. Nearly. He's up there in the upper echelon.
He's very good. Their offensive line is also good.
Very good. Miami's the next one. Then A&M. Head down. Daniel, where are we going after A&M?
To me, Oklahoma and Alabama, you could put them in one of those bingo wheel things, and just whichever one comes out, that's the one that comes out. Like same. They're the same, guys. I mean, I would give the nod to Alabama over Oklahoma, because when Alabama is on, they can play both offense and defense. Now, when Oklahoma is on, their defense is among the best in college football, possibly the best in college football when they are on.
When they're on.
But when Oklahoma is on, their offense is still garbage. Like, they're still bad.
When John Mateer is humming,
when it's going well. Yeah.
When he is just trying hard and he is running fast and he's throwing it's pedestrian. At best.
So give me a team that can do both. Like, give me a team that can play both sides if it's going to go well for them. Now, Ty Simpson has been an abomination. He's been an absolute dumpster fire over the last 6 games. Alabama fans didn't want to admit that. Now, all of a sudden, oh no, wait, Ty Simpson's been really bad over the last. He's injured. Oh man, that's exactly how they sound as well. I would give the slight edge to Alabama.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Tulane's not that far from either of these programs. And I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I legitimately believe. Now, they would be a heavy underdog. But if you put Tulane up against either Oklahoma or Alabama, and the spread would be double digits, it would be the largest bet that I would make in the college football playoff, would be backing Tulane plus double digits against either one of these teams. They're not that far behind.
Friday night. I mean, we'll watch it, but Friday night in Oklahoma is going to not. It's not going to be the show that the nation looks at. When you see Oklahoma, Alabama in Norman, it ain't going to be the show that you thought it was.
If you're an anti-SEC guy, this is your game. Tune in to this one, because it's going to be ugly. And you're going to be like, really? These two teams? And I am going to completely agree with you, because I hate every SEC team other than Georgia. It's Tulane, then it's JMU. I think that rounds out our list. So Clint, Georgia's got a path that includes what I have deemed the 5th best team in the bracket. And then after that, the 6th best team in the bracket. And then after that, the 2nd or 3rd best team in the bracket. will be who Georgia will have to go through. It's not the hardest path imaginable,
No.
but it is a difficult road. If Georgia's going to win those 3 games and win the national championship, it's certainly not going to be handed to them.
No, not at all. We're going to be back all week long, and including up till the 1st. We're going to be with you talking about these games, hashing them out, giving previews, and talking about how Georgia is going to fare in them. Until next time, he is Daniel. I'm Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.